Coach, the team just won't give up at this point. I mean, you saw it on the offensive side and on the mound too. After walking 15 guys, what are you seeing from your guys right now here late in the season?
There's just a lot of fight. They want to go to Hoover. You know, they want to play well. So they're really locked in. They were, you know, I said on the radio a little while ago, you know, I was worried we get rained out tonight because they came with such great energy and ready to play. And we're not playing perfect by no means, but you're going to have to get us out in the ninth. I mean, these guys aren't giving in.
It seemed, I mean, you guys had that rally there in the eighth, and Hunter grounds into double play, but it seemed like the energy maintained. It seemed like you guys had some momentum, you know, after Nate got out of that jam.
Yeah, and I thought, you know, in the ninth it was huge. I thought Nate getting out of that was huge. Slade Offer getting that big hit early, the double with the bases loaded, really got us back in that ball game, and then we were able to piece it together. And maybe we faced their three best bullpen arms there today too, so we made them really work on the mound. So it'll be an interesting day tomorrow, just, you know, coming back out. And for us, it's all hands on deck pitching wise. I mean, you know, Sunday Tyler Davis gave us a great hold. Today Casey Hunt was unbelievable. I mean, I thought he was really good holding that together for us.
Imani's been your leadoff guy for a good portion of the year. He's been moved down to the 8th spot, and tonight he was huge. I mean, what are you seeing from him last week?
Yeah, he was really good this week. You know, we spent a lot of time. They have a ton of lefties. I mean, I'm sure we're facing a lefty tomorrow, and we spent a lot of time working on it. And you know, it looks like it helped him a little bit. You know, and Mercer's been good too. So you know, it's nice that we have both those guys. We almost have leadoffs in both spots.
You mentioned how locked in the guys were coming in today. How much do you have to worry about them maybe worrying about the other factors that in play in terms of the conference that will play today, I guess, your season?
Yeah, I mean, we just can't. I mean, really and truly, it's so hard to focus on our game, right? Like, I mean, worry about everything else. We just, you know, our focus all week. I talked to him. I wanted to win strike one on Thursday night, and that's all we can control, you know. So we're going to play as hard as we can and see how things lay out. And, you know, hopefully some other teams in our league win that we need to have win.
You had that, you know, wild pitch there at Sports Dakota. Obviously, the crowd gets into it and was already into it, but even gets more into it there. I guess, how confident were you with, you know, Imani having that 3-1 pitch there that he would come through?
I was thinking we were getting another wild pitch, probably. I mean, they have a lot of wild pitches there. But, no, I felt like he was going to get a good swing. You know, I felt like once he threw the breaking ball away, we had a good chance. He's going to throw us a fastball, and that's what Imani got.
You talked about KC. I mean, he's been through so many ups and downs since he's been here. This is probably the last game he pitches here since he threw 102 pitches today. But, I mean, just how big has he been for you in the locker room and since he's been here, since you've been here too?
Well, he is an absolute stud of a kid. I mean, he's a good pitcher, but he is, you know, he's one of my captains. You know, he is just a big-time kid. I mean, and to see him pitch that way, I gave him a hug after he came out because, yeah, you don't know if he's ever going to pitch here again. But he's really in the last couple of weeks really taken off. I mean, probably in the last month or so, it just really, you know, taking another stride was really good today.
15 walks and hit batsman, and yet I know it sounds ridiculous to say held somebody to 8 runs, but you held a team to 8 runs, and that's what was necessary.
Yeah, it's yeah, and you know, 2 of them were intentional that I did. You know, I felt like, but we got the hitter that time. We had to pitch out of some jams. Early in the year, we didn't pitch out of the jams, and tonight, I mean, I was super proud of Nate Dome. I mean, that was huge in the 9th inning because I didn't want to use Aaron, you know, behind. We know we're going to have to use him to win a game this weekend, so Nate being able to go out there and make that big pitch was huge.
I know at this point, Imani's probably, you know, comfortable playing, you know, here at Newton Noble Field, but for him to come in as a transfer and have the season that he's had and have some big hits, you know, here, I guess, well, what's it been like kind of watching him, you know, delivering these moments?
It's good. It's he's a great kid, so he works really hard, and he's had some ups and downs, but I think you're seeing him really play his best baseball right now.
It's been tough to get that first game for y'all. I think y'all are 1-8 or something like that, but you've had a bunch of 1-run games. Just to find a way to win that one, you still got Cade coming up this weekend.
Yeah.
And just how big is that just to get that first one?
Well, that's the key in this league. I mean, it's having a Friday night guy and being able to get your wins on Friday night. It takes so much pressure off. Everybody has pressure right now. I mean, they're playing for something. We're playing for something. Every team in the league is playing for something. So, but Friday night, winning on Friday night gives you an opportunity to play well. And since we backed our arms up last week, now it puts us in a good position with Cade and Lowe and having guys ready to go.
Follow up on Robbie's question. Are you planning on pitching Cade tomorrow?
Cade is throwing tomorrow. Yeah. So.
Talking about the pressure, the fact that you've seen your guys be able to respond to these games with their backs against the wall at the end of the season, like
Yeah, because we probably haven't played with the pressure well most of the year, and then in the last couple of weeks, I feel like they're really turning it on. So they just, there's a lot of pride when you put this uniform on. You have a lot of pride, and they know it's been a tough year, but they also know that. I think one of the things with them is they want everybody to know they're still locked in, they're still playing.
You brought Bryce in their pitch hit situation, and he hasn't really done anything wrong this year. I mean, it's just kind of worked out the way that he wouldn't be in the lineup. But that at bat down 1-2 to walk there, get on base. I mean, what have you seen from him handling this situation and coming through when he's got a moment?
Like you said, he's one of our leading hitters. Was playing great, hurts his knee, and he, Dakota, jumps in there, but he's a dude, man. He's a great teammate, and he just keeps working. He's gonna be a really good player here for a couple of years. I mean, and I just felt like in that scenario that he could do exactly what he did. He's just a little bit smaller of a swing, and that guy had really good stuff throwing for them, and he was able to grind that out.
Amani, I mean, this is one of the reasons you come to Mississippi State, I'm sure. I mean, what's kind of the emotions like for you after that big hit?
Yeah, it was. They were running pretty high. Might have blacked out around the bases, but I gotta give credit to Bryce Chance down 0-2, 1-2, came all the way back. So that was really good at bat by him to set everything up. So
Obviously, their pitcher was struggling with his command, had that wild pitch. I guess what's kind of going through your bat when you're facing a guy like that that's kind of all over the place?
yeah, so we were down by 1 and it's 2 outs, and I was like, okay, well, just get the job done. Pass ball, then I was like, okay, now it's a little free play. So now he has to come in the zone. So yeah,
Did you get exactly what you wanted on that pitch?
I did.
KC, I mean, I'm sure you've had some emotions too tonight. This is probably the last time that you pitch here and gave the team a chance. How do you kind of assess your time at Mississippi State and ending it like this too?
Yeah, it's pretty big time. Coming in 4 years ago is special. Special time out there today or tonight. But yeah, that's perfect to go out like that a little bit off the mound, and then to hit Amani right here kind of sealed the deal for us.
You've had a lot of situations, throughout the season where you're coming in and there's guys on bases and there's less than 2 outs. I guess just what's kind of been your mentality coming in some of those tough spots and trying to get out of it by at least limiting the damage?
Yeah, I just want to do a job, try to help out my teammates just any way I can, keep their runs off from scoring. It's kind of been my job, I feel like, the whole year, coming in, kind of shutting the door a little bit and going from there.
They had that, the 5-run inning there in the 4th, but after that, they had some chances, only scored 2 runs after that. I guess just how confident, were you guys feeling that, by limiting some of that damage, you were going to have a chance, the latter innings?
Yeah, I was going to say limit the damage was the kind of the goal there, keep us right there, and I know the offense is going to be on. They've been on for a couple of weeks now, but our pitch is coming along, and it was exciting tonight.
Amani, you're a guy that's been at the top of the order most of the year. You're at the 8th spot now. Do you have a little bit of chip on your shoulder down there, or have you thought about it, or what's your thoughts on that?
Well, I know I wasn't performing as I know I can at the top of the lineup, and I know we have David Mershon, who's actually a really good leadoff guy, switch hitter, kind of plays into a little rowdy role a little bit, and I think he's really good at that spot, and I'm just playing my role to help the team. So,
Monty, you guys had a chance there in the 8th inning. Obviously, you get that double play. I guess just how did you guys keep that momentum, keep that energy when you come back in the 9th and try to get another rally going?
Yeah, we just tell each other to keep going. That's the main thing. It's been hard all season long, and the word around the locker is just keep going. So
Going off of that, why do you feel like the team has been responding better to a pressure and having their backs against the wall these past 2 series compared to maybe the rest of the conference?
I honestly think it's mainly that we believe, which is crazy. Like, we just continue to believe no matter where the score is. Like in Baton Rouge, we just continue to believe. We're never out of the fight. We just believe in each other. That's the main thing. So
Have there been points at all this year where that belief hasn't been there, or you felt like it was tougher to believe that you guys can make a run like this at the end of the year?
yeah, of course there was. It poked at us a little bit here and there throughout the season, as y'all know. But we're still together. We believe. We're gonna keep fighting. We're gonna keep working and keep going. So.
Casey, you've battled through injuries in your time here at State. I guess just what's it like seeing a guy like Nate who is working his way back and has some trouble there in the 9th inning, escapes that jam and ends up being the winning pitcher today?
Yeah, I'll say it again, limit the damage. That was his goal right there coming out. He bases loaded, he had to make a big pitch, and he made a big pitch. So if he didn't do that, we're not in that game again, playing from behind again. And, he made a good pitch, and that was it.
How much confidence Casey is as a pitcher to know that y'all can play from behind, okay? That even if you make a mistake, it's not going to cost you the game, most likely.
Yeah, it's big time having these guys having our backs in the field or in the lineup. Even if we go down early, they're going to chop away, and that's kind of been our MO this year: chop away and keep going. So, thankful for that. They keep playing for us, for the pitching staff, and for everyone here. So.
You guys obviously have your own work to do with these next few games, but knowing that you need some help around the conference, over the next 48 hours, how do you handle that mentally as you're trying to win these next two?
Yeah, we're just going to focus one game at a time. I mean, one pitch at a time, honestly, one inning at a time. We're not worried about anyone else. We got to do our job first, and let that handle each situation. So.
Monty, Coach was talking about how badly this team wants to make it to Hoover and kind of keep the season alive. I guess is that something y'all have talked about coming into this week? The opportunity that mathematically you guys are still into it and have a chance to make it to Hoover.
Yeah, so we've been talking about it for weeks now, and we know we got to get into Hoover to get to the big tournament. So we're going to continue to fight and try to get into that. So.
How soon did you find out that LSU had won and that Missouri had to play?
Did they win?
LSU had won in 12.
I didn't see. I was talking to my family, but that's big time. Yeah. But we got to do our job again.
Missouri Auburn was postponed.
Yeah, we still got to do our job for the next 2 games. So it's all kind of in our hands.
Amani, with you having those 2 home runs tonight, how does that kind of help your personal confidence going into these last 2 games here at the Duke for this year?
Yeah, first off, I want to thank my Lord and Savior just because I never thought this situation, I would ever be in this situation, and He gave me the opportunity, and I'm just trying to cherish it all. I've never done that before in my life, and I'm just glad these boys have my back because I have their back. So.
What's this year kind of been like for you? I mean, how have you handled the pressure of playing at Dudy Noble Field, playing in some of these big crowds?
I really just try to focus on my teammates because they're the ones who have my back at the end of the day, no matter what, good or bad day. When I come back in the dugout, they're going to pick me up, and I'm going to do the same for them. So.